Hi, I'm Rebecca from the Dry Eye Shop in Poulsbo, Washington. Today we're going to talk about some practical hacks for using the Tranquileyes moisture goggle at night. This video is meant for people who are using Tranquileyes but might have some issues with it, or people who have tried it and rejected it but they're still searching for some kind of alternative and maybe circling back to Tranquileyes. Also for people who have one in a drawer somewhere that they never use but maybe they could use it during a flare-up. So what we're going to cover is what Tranquileyes is best at, what some of its limitations and flaws are, and what kinds of workarounds and hacks some users adopt to get it to work better for their needs. It would have been really great if we had this perfect product that magically worked for everyone, or an infinitely customizable product with an adjustable nose bridge and alternative strap styles, but the reality is we have what we have. It's not going to change, so we just need to find ways to make it work. So what is Tranquileyes good at? Tranquileyes' top selling points are that it has the ability to add and hold moisture over the eyes, and it has these soft foam cushions, so there's nothing that can dig into the skin or leave marks. Some additional strong points are it has a very comfortable strap, there's no hard parts on it, and it can form a very good seal around the eyes. It's not as fit dependent as most goggle type things. Also, it does come in two sizes. So that's all well and good, but now we're coming to the real point. What are the limitations and flaws, and to what extent can we jury-rig Tranquileyes to address those issues? So problem number one is too much pressure. The number one complaint I get from people is it pressed on my eyes, even if I had the strap adjusted just right. If you just want to trim it down, that's the simplest way. You can take a pair of scissors to a piece of foam and adjust it to exactly the thickness that you want. The most common way to do that is take a pad and just literally slice it in half lengthwise and maybe use one half in each side of the goggle. Another way, if you just literally want nothing touching your lids at all, but you do want a way to add moisture to the goggle, use the little white pads where you get those wet instead of the black ones. You just leave the black ones out entirely. Put one white pad at the back of each half of the goggle. Second problem people have is the slippery strap. This is the second most frequent complaint I get is, I found it on the floor in the morning or on my pillow. This one is dealable if you are motivated. Sometimes it's just a matter of a little perseverance. Some people try Tranquileyes one night, it came off, and they give up. And I never really want to try to talk them into using something they don't like or didn't work. But the fact is, I have often found that people do adjust to it naturally to a certain extent over time and find that it's actually staying on better the more they use it. So I do think for some people who really need this sort of thing that it is a mistake to give up after just a couple of days. That's incidentally one of the reasons we have a 30-day return policy, so you can give things a real trial run if you're motivated to. Another way to address the problem of the goggle coming off is to actually modify the strap or even wear something else over it to keep it on. A surprising number of people do this. People who find the goggle really helpful and where their only problem is having it come off. People will take some Velcro or some more elastic and work it into the goggle, or they'll take some kind of sleep mask to wear over it to hold it in place. Also, don't forget that you can replace the strap itself if it stretches out. Problem number three, not enough pressure on the lids. So some people use Tranquileyes specifically because they want it to help hold their lids down if they have nocturnal lag ophthalmos. In that case, you might actually need to bulk up the foam. And there's two ways to do that. You can use the little white pads they're about a third the thickness of the regular black pads. You can use those to bulk it up, one or two of those underneath the black pad. Or you can, again, take one of the black pads, cut it in half, and use like a pad and a half on each side. Problem number four that I run into with people with Tranquileyes is they have trouble with the feel of the foam on their skin. So Tranquileyes is made with a very soft viscoelastic foam. That's basically memory foam. But there are two types of it. One has a lining and one doesn't. A lot of people don't know that there are two types available. And for some people, the unlined foam is the most comfortable one, while for others, the lined one is more comfortable on their skin. So it is worth getting the opposite kind that you have and experimenting. Problem number five for Tranquileyes users is the nose bridge width. The foam on the eye cups is so wide that the fit is pretty forgiving. But there's a lot of people with small faces where their eyes are set too close together for the goggle to fit comfortably. then the nose bridge on Tranquileyes is not adjustable. What a lot of people do for this is remove the nose bridge altogether, because it's built modular, and replace it with something like embroidery thread to customize the distance between the two eye cups. You can cinch them in closer, like this, or even make them wider apart, whatever you need. It's a hack, but that's really what this video is all about, hacks to make it work. The last problem we're going to talk about is just the bulkiness of Tranquileyes. The foam is thick. The whole thing does stick out from your face quite a bit. Not everybody can deal with something that bulky on their face. If you're very sensitive, it may just make it too hard to sleep. There's really no way to solve that since the thick foam is an essential part of the product. So if your issue boils down to the bulky factor, you should probably be looking at some alternative products, probably the foamless ones, maybe even a really lightweight sleep mask or some cling film. Does this look ridiculous? So those are some of the most common issues people have with Tranquileyes and some of the practical ways we try to address them. If you have more tips and tricks about how to get Tranquileyes to work in a challenging situation, we would love to hear them. You can post them in the comments or send them to us by email at service@dryeyeshop.com and we can post them on the blog. Thanks. Thanks for visiting the Dry Eye Shop's YouTube channel. To reach us with questions or comments, please call or text the phone number on the screen or email service@dryeyeshop.com. Feel free to contact us with any questions or video topic suggestions. Additional resources are currently shown on the screen and they can also be found in the description box. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more Dry Eye Shop content.